Alright, now we are moving on to Afternoon of Darkness, the PSP port of the original Hour of Darkness. This version of the game is a much more improved version of the past one. I believe you can also switch up the music in the item world, thank God, as well as several other smaller mechanics. I will go over some other basic changes now. First off, the combo attack glitch is removed! Yay! Yes. Also, a more important thing, there are 3 new NPCs in the... Well, technically there are 4 new NPCs in the game. The first one is a Prinny that basically stands outside the entrance to Etna's secret room, basically giving you a hint that there's a secret room nearby. But more importantly, first off, there's the multiplayer Prinny in Laharl's room. This lets you use multiplayer mode. I have no knowledge of or have never done this before, so if anybody wants to enlighten me on how that works, please do. Next up, there's a song NPC. It's in the same room as Etna's room, except he's at the top of the stairs. You can talk to him and buy music from him, which you can play there and also play in the item world. You can only buy songs that you have unlocked, which means you must have heard them at least once. Most importantly, there's the collection NPC. He is a healer that is over by the Dark Assembly. This guy is very important. There was no way to keep track of your stats before in Hour of Darkness. However, in this version of the game, this guy is for keeping track of everything you've done in all your playthroughs. That includes new game pluses of the game. It keeps track of your item collection, as well as several other things. And additionally, for every 10% you fill up in the item collection, you get a dream hand. This item is a stealing hand, but it has a 100% success rate. Hallelujah! Stealing items from Ball has never sounded easier. Also, after you clear the Cave of Ordeals 5, you will unlock another new stage called the Demon Hall Mirror. This has some really freaking strong enemies, including the true form of the alternate Overlord that Laharl and company faced in Episode 6. Yeah, good luck with that. Aside from facing other enemies and such, I can't put them all up because I wouldn't know, but... I believe around the 6th time, you will fight a strange character. A character so strange, it almost looks like he's a video game protagonist. Indeed! This is the protagonist from Disgaea 2, Adele. He is still a monster class, but he is really powerful and puts up one hell of a fight. Go back to the Demon Hall Mirror yet again, and you will not fight only Adele, but also Rosalind, the heroine from Disgaea 2. Yeah! And after you defeat this stage again, you can add them both to your party, which is nice even though they're still monster-type characters. As we all know, say it with me now, monster-type characters in the first Disgaea game are horrible. But still, it's fun having them with you. Also, if you go back to the Demon Hall Mirror for the 7th or 8th time, it will then become the best grinding stage in the game, period. Even better than the Cave of Ordeals 3. That's right, even better than the Cave of Ordeals 3. Also, there is another character that you can battle from another game. If you pass the enemy's build up to the strongest as possible, and you have Episode 9 completed, I think you have to have at least Episode 9 completed, and you go to talk to the Dimensional Gatekeeper, she will say that there's some strange activity coming from the Primordial Soup area of Episode 9 in a Stellar Graveyard, aka where we fought Gordon. If you go there, you will fight a book. This is Zeta, the character from Makai Kingdom. The main character from Makai Kingdom. He is an overlord of an alternate netherworld, but nowadays, who isn't? And he is pretty damn strong. If you don't put the enemy build back to normal, he will be at level 9,999. Of course, after you unlock the stage and whatnot, if you go back and weaken the enemies, he will be at level 3,200, which is a lot easier. Now for the big thing that was introduced in Disgaea Afternoon of Darkness. Ladies and gentlemen, Etna Mode. This is a completely new story, and it sort of takes place as an alternate story from the original story of Disgaea Hour of Darkness. It is an alternate game completely. It's about half as long as the regular game, but every bit as challenging. To unlock it, you have to enter a button sequence at the title screen, or you have to visit Etna's chamber in every episode of the main game. After that, you will unlock Etna Mode. I would go into some more details of the story, but the only things that really change about the story, you can still go to some of the same maps, including the Cave of Ordeals, the Alternate Netherworld, Mysterious Seal, and Ball's Tower. Speaking of which, you get a special ending for completing Ball's Tower. You can't get the Marjorie or Pierre on your team, but if you beat them and go to Ball's Tower and defeat Ball, you will get the Beauty Tyrant Overlord Etna ending. And the other ending, there's only one other ending, and that's the normal ending by clearing the story. Now for the main problem I have with Etna Mode, which makes it so I never play it. The main problem with Etna Mode is... you can't use Laharl! Yep. That's bullshit. That basically takes Etna Mode off the list of playing for me, because I like Etna as a character, but I don't think she deserves the title of main character. The only person who deserves the title of main character is Overlord Laharl! Yes. And I believe that is just about everything from the changes of Afternoon of Darkness. So, that is everything regarding this game, right? Well, there's one more thing. I mentioned it several times before, but yes, it's Disgaea DS.